Peaceful greetings, family, and welcome home to the Lunar Lounge, where astrology meets alchemy, a space to breathe, to soften, and to return to the truth beneath the surface. Wherever you are, driving, at home, on a work break, or resting your spirit, this is your invitation to ease into your peace. Unclench your jaw. Drop the shoulders. Perhaps grab your beverage of choice and let your breath guide you back to yourself. On Thursday, November 20th, we sit beneath the new moon in Scorpio, a moon of depth, truth, and sacred transformation. This is not a bright moon. This is a womb moon. A moon that invites you inward, into the places you've tucked away, into the emotions you carry quietly, into the hidden chambers of your own heart. We are entering the deep season, the inward pull of late autumn, when nature releases fearlessly, the trees surrender, the soil grows still, the air sharpens truth. This is the season of shedding, cleansing, and remembering the truth of who you are. Under this Scorpio new moon, the sky is heavy with water. When there's this much water above us, the emotional body responds first. So, if you've been tired, slower, overwhelmed, or feeling more than usual, that's real. It's part of the energy. It's part of the work. It's part of the becoming. And under this Scorpio new moon, that remembering becomes spiritual work. This is the moon that asks you to sit with your shadow, not with fear, but with compassion. To acknowledge the truth you've avoided, to release what has grown heavy, and to reclaim the power you left behind in old stories. Scorpio is the sign of depth and rebirth, the place where endings feed beginnings, where dark becomes a doorway, and where your spirit whispers, it's time. This new moon is not here to judge you. It's here to free you, to help you tell the truth, to help you shed what no longer belongs, to help you rise, not as who you were, but as who you are becoming. And in this sacred moment, we honor the energy of Aset, great comedic goddess of transformation, intuition, and sacred magic, the one who gathers the scattered pieces and breathes life into them again. Her presence invites us to trust the divine, to remember our own resilience, and to surrender to the great mystery working in our favor. So beautiful. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale clarity. Exhale every weight you no longer wish to carry. Let the sacred darkness of this new moon hold you, cleanse you, and prepare you. Again, welcome home to the Lunar Lounge. I'm Bashia Imana, the alchemist, and tonight we are releasing, reclaiming, and rising in our truth. And as always, I am joined by my celestial sister, Diana Vanessa, the astrologer, the keeper of the cosmic map. Diana, bring us into what's happening right now.
Thank you, Bashia. So right, if you've been feeling overwhelmed, tired, heavy, or like you're moving through thick emotional water right now. That is very real. It matches what the planets are doing symbolically in the sky right now. As of last check, we have 7 planets in the water signs of Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces, with 4 of those planets in Scorpio. And the planets that are in Scorpio are the Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Venus. That equates to a lot of intensity happening at once. And when the sky fills with water, we feel it metaphysically and symbolically here on Earth. For me, it comes up in my emotional body, feeling it and reacting to it before my mind even starts to really understand or comprehend it. So we're here under a Scorpio new moon. So that means the moon and the sun are basically sitting right next to each other in Scorpio. The moon is at its darkest. This is a seeding moment for new beginning. And Scorpio new moon always brings some kind of, Scorpio lunations are always going to bring some kind of truth to the surface. I think this one in particular, I'm feeling like this Scorpio new moon is like any other, is asking us to look at what we've been holding, what we've been avoiding, and what's ready to be released. Emphasis on the what we've been avoiding, okay? And the what needs to be released. And I love Scorpio, again, if you want to learn astrology, one of the best ways to learn astrology is just by studying the seasons, because we're in Scorpio season and we're seeing how what we're being asked to do mirrors nature. So let me give you an example. So here in the Northern Hemisphere, this is the time of the year where the trees start to change color and they look glorious and the leaves are popping. And then the leaves start to fall and then the trees start to go bare, right? And then we start feeling sorry for the trees. I can't remember who it was. One of my dear friends was talking about, how the trees look bare and then you just want to throw a blanket over them. But anyway, what I love about that is that, you think about the tree is good. Nothing's forcing the tree to cling to those leaves that it was holding on to that was so beautiful, right? So the trees, basically, they shed those leaves. And in a sense, the trees let go because something else needs to be made room. And what that something else is for a tree is that when the tree goes barren and where everything seems to look like it's dying on the outside, it's making room for all of this beautiful growth and birth that is under the surface but sprouts and comes out in its full bloom in the springtime. And I love that because we're not separate from that. During Scorpio season is when we are shedding too. This is when the really deep, sometimes very ugly, hard to face stuff comes up for us to face it, look at it right in the face and be like, this is something I've tried to hide, but we can't hide it. And if it's coming up during Scorpio season, this is something that we need to face. It's something that we need to look straight up in the face and be like, I'm not scared of you anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope this is resonating with some folks. And this Scorpio new moon is even stronger because of configurations that are happening in the sky right now. So for example, Mercury Retrograde. Mercury is retrograde in Scorpio, sitting right next to the sun and the moon. So at least with respect to its position with the sun, Mercury is in what's called a cazimi. And during cazimis are when breakthroughs happen, enlightenment, sudden downloads, and insight. So with the new moon coming into, sort of us going into that dark phase on Thursday, and I believe it's early in the morning. It's at 12 or 1 o'clock. I know I have the chart somewhere in front of me here. Pay attention to those insights and those downloads. So 1:46 a.m. Eastern time. pay attention to around the next few days, what insights or what downloads are coming in, what clarity, what's becoming like super clear, what is a message that has become like really undeniable. I'll give you a couple examples. You might feel it is a truth you've been avoiding, a relationship pattern becoming clear, emotional memories resurfacing. It could come up as a choice you can't ignore. It may also come up as a sense that something is done. So Venus is in Scorpio, which adds another layer to all this, in that with Venus being in Scorpio too, there's an element of this that requires some deep transformation around Venusian themes, like our relationships, our desires, our self-worth, what we're willing to expect or accept. Did I say relationships? Venus is transforming. Venus wants something different, wants something deeper, wants something real. So what is it that we might be facing right now that is forcing us to look dead in the face in our relationships? Something that's unavoidable, a truth that we need to see. Depending on which books you look at, money can show up as Mercury or Venus. I look at both. So there are lots of money themes. What's going on with financial attachments, banks, credit cards. There's a lot around the financial markets that's going to be coming up within the next 6 months after this new moon. And so that's happening in the collective level, but what's happening for each of us personally when it comes to those things. Now, Mars is the traditional ruler of Scorpio. And Mars is in the sign of Sagittarius right now. So Mars's position is going to help us understand a little bit more about how the change is happening, because Mars governs our actions, our courage, our initiative, and our drive. And with Mars being in Sagittarius, Mars is going to be driven by a sense of purpose, some kind of insight, like rapid download, movement towards something that feels real. Mars in Sagittarius is going to be inspired by faith and courage. Like, I feel like there are a lot of coaches who are going to be called up, like leaders who are going to be called up to help people, be more encouraged to see that they're, things are not futile. We are very much empowered when we face our fears during Scorpio season. Let that be the cliff note of the sky story. We are meant to be empowered by the things that we move through. And so I'm asking and encouraging people to, over the next few days, while the sun is still in Scorpio, with all these other planets in Scorpio, for us to really do something like just not give power to fear and see what that's like. Doing the hard thing, maybe testing it out and seeing how you feel after you conquered that thing that's been avoidable in its face. And see if you feel a little bit more encouraged after doing that. So I feel like Mars is really looking at this, or saying, looking at this transformation that's happening in Scorpio, and is giving us the courage, the inspired faith, direction, sense of purpose, sense of renewal, to really go ahead and make that change. Mars is also sitting close to an asteroid in astrology that's called Juno, which is associated with commitments, contractual commitments. So there is, again, another point in here around relationships. This could be, these could be professional contracts. These could be personal contracts with people. But I think as part of this transformation, we're really looking at what value, what has been supportive to us and what's not been supportive. So I've seen in several places in this chart, this evaluation around our commitments and what needs to shift in order for us to really be clicking on all cylinders when it comes to what we're trying to each manifest within our lives. It's a lot. Anyway, Jupiter is in Cancer. So Mars is in Sagittarius, is in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is one of the Jupiter signs. And what I really just want to hone in on that point is what's fueling all of this behind the scenes the most positive light is faith. Okay. Jupiter in Cancer in one of its highest expressions is bringing emotional truth, ancestral support. Okay. That's a big one with Jupiter in Cancer. So, if you're feeling like your ancestors got your back, you're feeling like God's got your back, if you're feeling like your angels, your spirit team, they've got your back. And so part of the year-long transit of Jupiter in Cancer, which is going to end next June, has really been about our faith, our belief systems, and whether we are just giving lip service to that faith, or if, we really, we practice what we preach. This also being driven and fueled. Jupiter in Cancer can also be driven and fueled by a desire to feel safe and held. And a belief that we deserve better for ourselves in terms of what nourishes us and gives us a sense of safety and security.
You said it's a lot, and Diana, I know exactly what you mean. This kind of Scorpio energy has a way of pulling things up from the depths, not to punish us, not to overwhelm us, because our spirit knows we can't keep carrying the weight of the old way. A lot of my work is in somatic therapies, and the body remembers what the mind tries to bury. And when this much water fills the sky, as you showed us, our emotions rise to the surface. So we don't have to keep pretending that we're fine. This isn't the time to push yourself or force a breakthrough. This is a time to soften, to breathe, to let something inside of you unclench and finally release. And I know for me, this energy's been pulling me inward. I wanted to sleep, to dream, to let my spirit wander through those deeper places. And the dreams have been so vivid, almost instructional, revealing truths I didn't realize were still living inside of me. Throughout the day, I keep hearing that soft inner voice saying, release that. We're not doing this anymore. Or this is what we need now. It's like spirit is whispering the truth before my mind can even catch up. It's been a deeply feeling time for me, a season where my emotions speak first, where my body tells the truth, and where I'm being guided to let go with honesty and compassion. So, before we go deeper, I want to bring you into this, Diana. How has this emotional tide been showing up for you personally?
Yeah, so it's been slow for me. My body has been, I've been in a lot of water energy just in general. So my body has been asking for more rest. Some things have come up that I'm some old emotional, some old attachments have come up for me to deal with them. And these are things I thought I'd already sort of moved through it. So I get that. I feel like this is just like a deeper level activation, or getting to a deeper level of that. Instead of pushing through on the things I can't push through on, I've been letting myself move more gently. I cancel things. I've had people cancel on me, and I love it because I want all of us to do what feels right for us physically. I've just been letting myself move at the pace my body is actually at right now. A couple of tools that I would recommend, things that have been helping me, getting some deep sleep, long showers and baths, preferably the hot ones for those of you like me who like the hot water. Dancing. I have been doing, dancing in my kitchen again, which is always a good sign for me. I really have started getting into what's called deep belly breathing. I have a feeling that I'm going to be spending some time getting into that. I'm being honest about what I can hold and what I can't hold right now to the best of my ability. And then A cool example of something I did was I was too tired physically to get up and type my notes for the new moon. So I just did a thing that my bestie showed me how to do, and I just recorded the voice notes and then have transcribed everything in order to start pushing out content for this new moon. So I'm proud of myself. This new moon really does feel like a turning point. I do think the truth has just gotten so obnoxiously loud. It's very clear to all of us what we are setting new intentions for around shedding and rebirth and empowered transformation with this Scorpio new moon. So I really do think that we are not staying the same. I think staying the same would just make us feel heavier than letting go of anything that any of us may be holding on to.
Okay, so if you had to give us the Cliff Note version of this new moon, what would it be?
So here are a couple of the key insights of the Scorpio new moon. If you just want the high level notes, emotional heaviness is communication. Rest is part of the transformation. Old stories are resurfacing because they're done. Something in your life has reached its natural ending. You don't have to hold everything together anymore. The body knows the truth first. Staying the same is more draining than letting go. You don't need to fix everything. Just be honest. A new chapter is forming and it needs room to grow. Releasing isn't failure and it's alignment. If you take one thing with you, let it be this. What truth is rising in me right now, and what is it telling me to end? That question is your compass for this Scorpio new moon.
What truth is rising in me right now, and what is it telling me to end? Seems like this new moon is about answering those hard questions, the ones we don't want to face, but if we are moving in rhythm and cycle with the moon phases, then this is the work that we have to do. And this is spiritual work. Again, I can't enforce that, or I can't say that enough. This is the spiritual work. And I know there's so much more that we can say. I know that you go even deeper in your newsletters and in the workbooks that I give out for each new moon. I go deeper into, what to do for the body, for the mind, for the spirit, and give you rituals that you can do for this new moon. But I want us to, in the spirit of this being spiritual work, go ahead and transition into guided meditation. And so wherever you are, just make yourself comfortable. Find a place where you're not going to be disturbed. And I invite you to take a deep breath in. And take a slow breath out, just like you're blowing through a straw. Let your shoulders soften. Let your spirit arrive. And continue breathing at your own pace. And I want you to bring awareness into your belly, your hips, your sacral area. And breathe here, slow, deep, steady. And say inwardly, I am safe to see myself. Feel your body grounding, your energy settling, your spirit opening to truth. Now imagine a warm, protective darkness surrounding you. The sacred darkness of this new moon. Before you is a cave, the cave of shadow, truth, and becoming. Step inside. The deeper you go, the quieter everything becomes, until it's just you and your spirit. A soft light appears, revealing what your heart has been carrying. Ask your spirit, what truth am I ready to face? What is rising from within me? Allow one shadow to come forward. A fear, a pattern, a relationship, a memory, the truth. Breathe with it. Hold it gently. Whisper inwardly, I see you. I honor you. Then ask, what message do you carry for me? Take a moment and receive what comes. A pool of dark shimmering water appears at your feet. Place your hand on the part of your body where the weight lives. Your chest, your belly, your throat. On the exhale, imagine the heaviness melting, dripping down your body, falling into the water and dissolving completely. Say to yourself softly, I release what no longer belongs to me. I keep the wisdom. I let go of the weight. Feel yourself grow lighter. And from that water, a golden light arises. The light of rebirth and power reclaimed. It moves into you, through your heart, your sacral space, your spine, filling you with strength, clarity, and calm. Place your right hand on your heart and your left hand right below the belly button. Say to yourself, I reclaim my power. I trust my transformation. I rise in my truth. Take one final deep breath in through the nose. Exhale fully and completely. And gently open your eyes, renewed, aligned, and grounded into your becoming. All right, beautiful. I hope you enjoyed that. And if this Scorpio new moon spoke to you tonight, we'd love to stay in contact beyond the Lunar Lounge. You can find me, Bashia, and my work in holistic wellness, transformative coaching, and soul-aligned living across all platforms. On Instagram at the Emoya Well, and subscribe to my Facebook page and YouTube channel at the Umoya Well. That's UMOYA. Or you can email me directly at theumoyawell.com. Again, that's theumoyawell.com. On my YouTube channel, I have a new series called Morning Medicine. And if you're in the DC metropolitan area, known to us as the DMV, join me for in-person new moon circles and offerings from the Umoya Well. And if you want to stay connected with Diana's astrology teaching and her incredible work, you can find her at dianavanessa.com. Again, that's dianavanessa.com. Her Instagram and threads are at dianavanessa_MBA. And her YouTube channel, of course, you go to youtube.com and then go to at dianavanessa_MBA. You're also welcome to join Diana's newsletter. It is the best way to hear about astrological readings, events, and workshops as they open. Thank you for joining us, family. May you release what's heavy, reclaim what's yours, and rest in the knowing that you are held. Diana?
And may this new moon in Scorpio help you let go of what's done. We'll see you next time.
Until next time, this is Bashia and Diana from the Lunar Lounge.